to adapt to this era in order for effective, meaningful learning to take place.
Yeah.
So, but why do we have slow pace?
Thank you very much.
In adapting?
The pace of adapting to AI technology is slow. Why? That's the question. Slow pace in adapting to AI technology by staff, both students and staff. So those are the three questions. Okay, number 4. You didn't raise up your hand. You didn't raise up your hand. Okay, I'll give you a chance. Quickly, 4, 5. Yes,
thank you,
quickly.
sir. My name is Dr. Wumi Adeleye. I'm from Transatlantic School of Management. Here in Ibadan.
Transatlantic.
School of Management.
All right.
I want to appreciate the keynote paper deliverer. But my question is this, sir. In making or bridging the gap between graduates and the markets and the town, what is the university going to do to be able to upscale their knowledge about technology so that when they come from the university, they can actually fit in? Is the government going to be able to assist in supplying or training them outside the normal curriculum so that they can actually leverage on technology? That's my question, sir.
Okay. Government intervention in providing funds for technology to allow students and staff to scale up. Number 5.
Yeah, good morning. I am Dr. Sajku Bashiru from Eranova University, in Abuja. Eranova University, Abuja.
All right.
My question this very day is the government ready for this shift?
All right.
How is it?
Is government ready for this shift in this revolution? We are now in 4th industrial revolution. Are they really prepared? Or will they leave the world to be moving while Nigeria, as Professor Mola will say, we are in the last generation? So we'll give Professor Salawu just a few minutes to respond to those questions. You can come here or otherwise if you feel like. Okay. We have another mic. Okay.
You see, when the mic refused to function, I was a bit happy. I thought that could be a way of saying, when the mic starts functioning, that could be next year. I will come to answer all the questions. Unfortunately, he used his spiritual hand to touch the mic, and it peaks. I am sincerely happy for one thing. Even if I don't have answers to any of the questions, that within the short period of time, we were able to harvest 5 good questions. You know, these are indicators that people actually listened. And I want to thank you. The first question has to do with reading culture. The reading culture amongst our learners from primary to any level is observed to be going down. And I think a country like, I think Spain or so, this Spain, that has actually banned the use of some of these technologies in their schools. they resolved to go back to the traditional years where books were being used in their schools. But you see, I will not act as if our observation is correct. I will not act as if our observation is correct, that our reading culture is going down. You want to ask, what is reading? When do we talk of reading culture? If by reading we mean reading of textbooks, printed materials, I will accept. But if you say Nigerians don't read again, I will disagree. My disagreement could be taken as a thesis, which of course will generate what do you call it now? Will generate interest, and people will research into it. A child of 3 years now will pick a phone and will be playing with it, will be playing game, will be reading. If you go to any gathering, as we are here, as we are sitting down, at least one person, one person, see what he's doing. Our photographer, see what he's doing. You know he's not hearing me. What is he doing? He's reading. What he's reading may not be something that you expect him to be doing at this time, but he's reading. Go to airports. When people are waiting for their flight to be called, to be announced, they busy themselves by reading one thing or the other. But the problem I think we are having is, if you want to integrate this into the curriculum at the primary and secondary school level, you know, devil has his own way of doing his own things. Majority of our children, because of their age bracket, they will use the sets for something that is negative. And that is a challenge for us as teachers. It's telling us that we should do more in terms of looking for strategies that we can now adopt, that we can adapt, you know, to solve the prevailing challenges. So I will not totally agree that our students are not reading. What they are reading may not be what is being expected of them. And it is now left for us to fashion out pedagogies or andragogies, if you are dealing with adults, to condition their minds to read what they are supposed to be reading. There is another question. How can the Nigerian University adapt, assist products, its products, production of our graduates to suit the labor market? There's no bearing to the expectation of the society. But universities are not expected to be static. Universities are expected to be alive to its responsibilities. How is this being handled? Universities are operating under an umbrella called NUC, National Universities Commission. The National Universities Commission prepares the curriculum for the universities. 70% of what you have in the curricula are contents that are given down to the universities to operate by the NUC. But the NUC allows 30% of infusing contents that each university feels it should be in the curriculum. And so there are two levels be in the curriculum. And so there are two levels this can occur. One, at the NUC level, when UC is preparing its 70% content, you will not also expect, because this will take us to what we know as curriculum process. How do we develop curriculum? One fundamental question you want to ask in the development of the curriculum is the needs. What are the needs of the society? What are the needs of the students? What are the needs of even this, what do you call them now? In industries. What do they need? What are the skills that Nigerians are expected to possess? What are the general trends, global general trends? You establish this. Then you now set objectives, goals, objectives. Then you start thinking of the content. So the content that you want to infuse into the curriculum for Nigerian university undergraduates and even postgraduate students is expected to emanate from the aggregate of the needs of the Nigerian society and of course global, with global influence. So if that is done, you will be able to produce graduates that will not only serve its community, but will serve the interests of the industries. And it is only when that students the opportunity to go. When they go, do they learn what is being expected of them? With the VC of the UI, with the Dean of Faculty of Education, with the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, will he be the one to be following the students? All we can do is to monitor what they do. And we cannot stay there 6 weeks, 12 weeks that they are going to spend there. Even in the classroom, we can bring these industrialists, we can bring them to the class. Let them teach, let them interact with them as experts. I think by the time we do all this, we'll be addressing that issue. The third question has to do with time. Okay. Upscaling. The issue of upscaling. Well, in our little way, seminars, workshops, giving opportunities to our staff to go for what we call it now, additional exposure. If you employ somebody with a degree, and by the time you have the person being employed, expose him to both local and international trainings. Take it or leave it. As hard as the situation is, there are still opportunities that they provide free of charge. And if it has to do with partnership, partner with industries, with organizations wherein your staff can maximize the benefits. There's another one that says the pace of learning seems to be low among academic and as well as the students. Why will it not be so? It is so because even now, we describe somebody of my age. When I was in the school, there was nothing like the computer. Now you call us computer migrants. Computer what? Immigrants. Whereas we have children that are now born into it. But it has to do with courage. It has to do with determination. It has to do with determination on both sides. Management should not take it that, oh, you like it's happening. I wouldn't want to mention the place. When I started work at National Open University of Nigeria, our VC then was Professor Jagede. Professor Jagede wanted to introduce e-exams. And majority of us were not ready for it. But the man stood his ground. He called us to a meeting. And he said, staff, we are commencing e-exams. And it has to do with computer, uploading, downloading, kind of a thing. But if you are not ready, it's not forcing anybody. If you are not ready, just let him have your letter of resignation on his table the following day. We had no choice than to learn it. Change is inevitable. People will resist it. But where there is a will, there is a way. I think, is that not the last question?
By inviting the high table to revert to their positions. Let's come back to the high table. We want to go to the conferment ceremony. Let's come back to this place. And the person to anchor this session is our founding father, the person of Professor Joel Babatunde Babalola. So he's the chairman of Board of Trustees. He's the only fellow that we have for now in HERPNET within, and we want to have additional. And we are going to take the honoree first. It's the one that is going to confer that on them, and I'm going to hand over the microphone. As we said that this year's conference is unique, being the first time HERPNET is going to confer a fellowship on members in this population. That is more than one. Professor Babalola is the only fellow we have in the house, and is going to be joined by other fellows today. But we are going to start with the honorees. We have 3 honorees that we confer the fellowship on today. And in this order, we are going to call them, and Professor Babalola will decorate them and present them with a plaque. Have the first honoree on page 11 of our program. Is our chief host of the University of Ibadan. University of Ibadan has made impact on HERPNET because this happens to be our secretariat since the establishment of this next work. I want to invite to this podium Professor OAU, Professor Onuka, to come and read citation of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ibadan before his decoration. Thank you.
Well, it is a privilege to be called upon to read one's friend's citation. Because he is not here, we will not read everything, just to say that Professor Kayode Oyebode, Adebowale, MNI, FSA, FAAS, FRSC, FCSN, is the 13th Vice Chancellor of the University of Ibadan. He's a chemist, he's a polyamist. He has written his citation on the Google Scholar. He has over 80,000, almost 9,000 citations. HE index of 52. IO index, 10 index is 92. So you can know that he's a scholar. Okay. He is a scholar. He has attended several courses. He's a chemist. And, you know, somehow he also had fellow of the mining engineers. So you know he has gone beyond his bound. He's a scholar par excellence. And that is the person we have the honor to bestow honorary fellow of HERPNET on today. I will call on our founding president to do it.
Congratulations, sir. Okay. Help me continue. Congratulations, sir. Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET. Award of Honorary Fellow of HERPNET to Professor Kayode Oyebode Adebowale, MNI, FAS, FSPSP, Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan, in recognition of your outstanding contributions to higher education research and dedication to advancing academic excellence. You are hereby awarded. You are hereby awarded. Again, you are hereby awarded the Honorary Fellow of Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, this day, 28 days of October 2025. Thank you, sir. We ask you to speak later. Oh, okay.
I thought somebody else was just
okay. Please. It's not everybody. But you can say it.
Yes, sir. On behalf of my Vice Chancellor, I want to say great thank you to HERPNET, to the founding father of HERPNET and every member of HERPNET. And I tell you that the University of Ibadan is solidly behind HERPNET. God bless you. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yes, a round of applause again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We want to go to the next honoree. I have this honor in inviting to this podium. He's our own person, and it's just like coming back home. He came here before any of us, despite the fact that he crossed about 3 states before he got to the University of Ibadan. I have this honor of inviting to this podium our own Vice Chancellor of Ekiti State University to step forward to have his award. Let's put our hands together. Professor Ayodele.
We can give him another round of applause, please. Profile of Professor Joseph Babatola. I think I will add Omowale Ayodele, the Vice Chancellor, Ekiti State University, Ado Ekiti. Joseph Babatola Ayodele, a professor of educational management, had his elementary education at St. John's Primary School and Annunciation School, Ikere Ekiti, respectively. He later proceeded to the Ondo State College of Education, Ikere Ekiti, where he obtained the Nigerian Certificate of Education in 1985. He obtained the Bachelor of Education degree in Education and Economics from Ondo State University, now Ekiti State University, where he is currently serving as the Vice Chancellor, Ado Ekiti, in 1992, with first-class honors. Please, can you give a round of applause? He was the overall best graduating student of his set. He was the first student to bag first-class degree in the Faculty of Education in the university. Thereafter, he obtained the degrees of Masters in Education and PhD or board in the university, as well as directors of Directorates of Continuing Education Program, Distance Learning and General Studies. He was the Assistant Director Affiliates Programs between 2006 and 2008. He served as the Head of Department, Education Foundation and Management between 2010 and 2012, while he has served as Dean, Faculty of Education between 2018 and 2020. He served as the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics until his appointment as a substantive Ninth Vice Chancellor of Ekiti State University, Ado Ekiti, on the 28th of August, 2024. Peer-reviewed national and international publication outlets. He has presented quality papers at international conferences across Africa, United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, Canada, United States of America, and Southeast Asia. Professor Ayodele is an external examiner to postgraduate students across the globe, and he has assessed many scholars for professorial position. Professor Ayodele is a member of professional associations such as Commonwealth Council of Educational Administration and Management, Nigerian Institute of Management, Chartered, Nigerian Association of Educational Administration and Planning, NAEP, and Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, and Global Education Network, GEN. Is a fellow of the Reading Association of Nigeria. In commemoration of the 29th anniversary of the creation of Ekiti State, Professor Ayodele was among the eminent personalities who were conferred.
Thank you, sir. I read the citation of Professor Olanrewaju Olaniyan. Olanrewaju Olaniyan is a professor of economics with about 30 years of research, consulting, and tertiary teaching experience. He also has experience in social and economic policy works in developing countries, through which he had been able to interact and work with senior level technocrats officials. He has had many many appointments in higher education sector. He's presently a member of the high-level advisory committee of the SDG Academy of the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network, New York. This is after serving as a member, Academic Advisory Committee of the Academy from 2020 to December 2021. Between 2020 and 2021, he served as a co-chair of the Masters in Development Practice Global Association with its headquarters at Columbia University, New York, United States of America. He has also served as the chairman, first governing council of the Oyo State College of Education, LALATE, from 2018 to 2019. He was also a member of 10th Governing Council of Ladoke Akintola University of Education, Ogbomoso. As a teacher, Professor Olaniyan has taught at all levels of education in Nigeria, having taught in nursery primary schools, in secondary school, government technical school, and university. He is a certified teacher with the Teacher Registration Council of Nigeria. He has served at different levels of the university system, including being departmental coordinator officer, sub-dean undergraduate, sub-dean postgraduate. He was a director of University of Ibadan Center for Sustainable Development for 5 years, between 2016 and 2021. He was also the first head of Department of Sustainable Studies, University of Ibadan, 2018 to 2021, before serving as the Dean, Faculty of Economics and Management Studies, 2022 to 2023. In 2021, he was named as one of the 100 most influential civil society leaders in Nigeria by the Nigerian Network of NGOs, representing 3,033 organizations. In recognition of his effort into the growth of the non-profit sector, as well as inspiring the next generation of civil society leaders who are passionate about leading change and challenging the status quo. As an academic, he has published extensively in reputable national and international journals and books with 174 publications to his credit. He is a major keynote presenter at several conferences and seminars. He is widely traveled and has visited 32 states in Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Outside Nigeria, he has visited about 60 countries around the world. Olanrewaju had his secondary education at Obaseiku High School, Erua, and Loyola College, Ibadan. He was also educated at the University of Ibadan, where he obtained Bachelor of Education, first-class honors in educational management with economics, and PhD in economics as well. As a man of first, Professor Olaniyan was appointed the first and the pioneer Vice Chancellor, Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, Oyo, Nigeria, in August 2023. A post he still holds till date. He is happily married to Adefunke, and the union is blessed with wonderful children. I present to you Professor Olanrewaju Olaniyan to receive his award.
Continue, please continue. Please. Sorry. Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, Award of Honorary Fellows of HERPNET to Professor Olanrewaju Ademola Olaniyan, Vice Chancellor, Emmanuel Alayande University of Education, Oyo, in recognition of your outstanding contributions to higher education research and your dedication to advancing academic excellence. You are hereby awarded the Honorary Fellow of Higher Education Research and Policy Network this day, 28th of October. Let it continue. Clap and clap. 2025. Honor to those who honor belongs. Thank you so much. You may go, sir.
Thank you. We move to the next in this ceremony. The first set, honorary, we are going to the award of fellowship to the members of HERPNET. And the first person to receive award in this session is Professor Benedict Emunemu, the president of HERPNET, to come forward for his award of fellow of HERPNET. Thank you.
Profile of Professor Benedict Emunemu. Please, can we appreciate him? Benedict Emunemu is a professor of educational management at the University of Ibadan, Ibadan, Nigeria. He specializes in human resource management, quality assurance in education, governance in higher education, education for sustainable development, gender-based education. He has conducted and published several of his research findings in reputable and recognized national and international peer-reviewed journals. He has attended several conferences and colloquia on education held within and outside Nigeria, where he presented his research findings. Professor Emunemu has served the University of Ibadan community in several capacities. He was head of Department of Educational Management 2011-2013. He has been a member of the University of Ibadan Senate from 2007 till date. Professor Emunemu has consulted for international agencies such as UNESCO, USAID, and OICI. He has served as external examiner for undergraduate and postgraduate programs and an assessor for over 30 universities and other tertiary institutions in Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa, where he examines master's degree projects and PhD theses, as well as assess candidates for promotion to professorial cadres and other related academic positions. He has served as reviewer to National Research Foundation of South Africa in evaluating the research outputs and standing researchers. Professor Emunemu is the incumbent president of Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET. A distinguished fellow of the Nigerian Association of Educational Administration and Planning, FNAEP. A honorary fellow of the Chartered Institute of Educational Practitioners, the United Kingdom. A member of the Commonwealth Council of Educational Administration and Management. He is also registered member of Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. Professor Emunemu has successfully supervised 14 PhD theses and over 150 master's degree projects at the University of Ibadan, Ibadan, Nigeria. He is happily married to Mrs. Doris Emunemu, and their marriage is blessed with 4 lovely children and adopted children, one of which is me. Welcome with me, Professor Benedict Emunemu.
Continue. You don't know that is our president. Special ones. Quickly. Sharp. Okay. He should look front, otherwise we will not give him this thing. But to him who has labored, profit is necessary. Clap more. Before I read this, may I also congratulate him for breaking a barrier. I think this is the first time we'll be honoring those, not only incumbent, and those who have actually labored, who risked their lives for this network. He was particularly nearly killed when we are looking for money or grant or whatever you call it to run a conference like this. So we thank God for being here today. And this is also, you will remember they said it in ab initio, that I am, or I was, until this morning, the only fellow of this network. It's a barrier breaker, because today alone, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fellows joining one single fellow. So, on that, I say, Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, as we used to call it, happily, joyfully, gladly, and excitedly confer this conferment of Fellow of HERPNET on Professor Benedict O. Emunemu Mavu in recognition of your outstanding contributions, super dedication to the advancement of HERPNET. You are hereby conferred with the Fellow of Higher Education Research and Policy Network this 28th day of October 2025. Bravo. Congratulations. Mavu. Thank you.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. You may be seated.
So Prof has left that position of loneliness by having those that will flank around him. In that order, I still want to invite to the podium the immediate past president of HERPNET to step forward to receive his own fellowship. I call Professor Sunday Olukolade Odekunle, the next in that order. Let's do it. If we are clapping, let's clap. I invite Dr. Bolaji Popola to read the citation.
Professor Olukolade, prestigious University of Ibadan. He started his career from the Nigerian Institute of Social and Economic Research, NISA, Ibadan, where he joined the service of the institute on the 30th of September, 1990, as a research assistant. He obtained a master's degree in 1991 and a scholarship to study development studies in Germany for another master's degree when he came back from Germany. Professor Olukolade Odekunle taught courses in business concepts, principles and theories, business management. As a research professor, he has well over 33 years of research experience and skills in the field of micro, small, and medium businesses, enterprises, promotion and training in developing countries. He has published well over 70 scholarly articles in reputable journals and chapters in books, locally and internationally. Please welcome to this fellowship award, Professor Olukolade Odekunle. You are welcome, sir.
Continue to clap. Let's continue to clap. for Professor Dekunle. Continue to clap. There is something that I need to also say. Professor Dekunle, by the grace of God, nicknamed HERPNET God's project. You know what? Why this is said? So that who knows tomorrow? All right, nobody. So that is why I'm saying this. Professor Dekunle, by the time I was stepping aside, I didn't know what to do. I consulted God. And God said, see what Dr. Dekunle, see what he will do. Stand aside. See, it's then you will know. I thank God. God has helped him not to disappoint God. Help me clap for God, because it's not him. And I thank God that God helped him throughout when he was the president of this network. He took this network to Kenya first. He took this network to Ghana next. He took this network to South Africa next. He brought the aeroplane, the plane back to NISA. Yes. Thank you for all what you have done. Please clap if you want to clap. Thank you very much. Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, the way we call it, HERPNET, helping people. Conferment of Fellows of HERPNET on Professor Sunday Olukolade Odekunle. In recognition of your outstanding contributions and dedication to the advancement of HERPNET, you are hereby conferred with the Fellow of Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, this day, 28 October 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You may be seated. Thank you, sir. Congrats.
Thank you, sir. We want to go to the next in that order, while I call Professor Akinshola Alaba Agagu. He's one of the founding members of this network. Step forward, sir, to receive your award. Let's put our hands together while Dr. Olufunmilayo Matthew will read the citation.
Thank you, sir. I want to read the profile of Professor Akinshola Alaba Agagu. Akinshola Agagu Alaba holds PhD in political science from the University of Ibadan and has been a professor of political science, Faculty of the Social Sciences, Ekiti State University, Ado Ekiti, since 2007. He has held many positions within and outside the university. These include Head of Department of Political Science for 4 times, University Coordinator of General Studies, Director of the university's part-time, Senate Representative on Academic Board of Institute of Peace, Security and Governance, Board of Governor of the university part-time. Others include Member, Steering Committee and Board of Directors, Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET. Occupier of Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetono Professorial Chair in governance at the Department of Political Science, Olabisi Onabanjo Agoiwoye. Acting Director, General School of Governance Studies, Olabisi Onabanjo Agoiwoye. He was the main consultant to the first Ondo State Security Summit in January 2019. And at one point or the other, consultant to UNDP, state government, local government, member of Hope Newspaper Editorial Board, Ondo State. He has served as Chairman, National University Accreditation Team on Peace and Conflict Studies, a visiting professor, external examiner, and assessor to many universities, both within and outside Nigeria. He has over 130 publications to his credit. The telephone number is 0803 350 3063, and his email is akinshola.agagu@exu.edu.ng and victorgag@yahoo.com. Let's celebrate Professor Akinshola Alaba Agagu, a recipient of the Fellowship Award. Congratulations, sir.
Yes. Here we are. Today, by the grace of God, Professor Agagu, I used to call him Victor. And that is what our Baba Onuka used to call him too. Only two of us has that authority in HERPNET board to call him Victor. He's maybe the only politicians among us. And we thank God for his life, because we always say behind every successful man, there is a woman. He is not a woman anyway, but we thank God because of his political advices and counsels. So, thank you for your contribution too, and we bless God for you. By the time we had one of our conferences before, people will come from abroad. Some people will come from South Africa. Some will come from East Africa. Some will come from the Upper East Africa. At that time, himself and Professor Adedeji, they helped us to contact, to go to Ondo State. At that time, he linked us with the governor of Ondo State. It was my first time, perhaps, maybe, being housed by a governor. So thank you. And our participant then will never forget. Our participants at that time will never forget. That participant was from Zambia. And she got governance, is it presidential or governantial treatment? Thank you, sir. Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, as we used to call it, because we believe in helping people. Conferment of Fellows of HERPNET on Professor Akinshola Alaba Agagu in recognition of your outstanding contributions and dedication to the advancement of HERPNET. You are hereby conferred with the Fellows of Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, this 28th day of October 2025. Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Congrats, sir.
Thank you, sir. I want to also invite this podium, the next awardee, one of the founding members and is also the immediate past vice president of this network. He's the only person that has 3 initials among those of us that are here that I know. It's a person of Professor Adams Otuoeze Umoru Onoka. Step forward, sir, to receive your award. I invite Dr. Oyekan to read the citation.
If you are clapping, please clap very well. Profile of Professor Adams Otuoke Umoru Onuka. Adams Onuka, all these, FSPSP, FCAI, FICMC, FASTREN, MNAE, FASTREN, FP, please clap, and fellow of the defunct SEPACs, also PhD in educational evaluation and a diploma in theology. He is a retired and still practicing as professor of management of education, evaluation, and research. Currently is the consulting vice chancellor of the proposed ACE Open University, IBADAN. He is member of the fellow of numerous academic and professional bodies, including Open Distance and E-Learning Association of Nigeria, where he is presently the editor-in-chief. He is the immediate vice president and coordinating editor of Higher Education Research and Policy Network, the Association of Educational Researchers and Evaluators of Nigeria, where he was PRO, VP, and president, and is currently a chief editor, Association of Educational Assessment in Africa. Please clap. He's also a member of the Nigerian Institute of Management, Chartered, Institute of Conciliators and Mediators, Society of Peace Studies and Practice, Nigerian Academy of Education, among many others. He is widely traveled and is on the editorial board of international organizations. He is a recipient of the 2013 Best Accomplished African Educational Researcher, awarded by the Tripartite of Association of Development of Education in Africa, African Development Institute of the AFDP, and the South Korean Foundation. He is also a Christian cleric and was assistant chaplain and chaplain of Chapel of Resurrection, University of Ibadan, for a total of 12 years. So he's a reverend professor. Being chaplain for 8 years, he was the chairman of University of Ibadan Anti-Cultism Campaign Committee for 6 years and the pioneer director of the University Center for Social Orientation for 5 years. He was the president of the Association of Nigerian University Chaplains for 3 years. He has consulted for WAEC, NAPTEB, NECO, NERDC, some international bodies, and has conducted or facilitated training programs for WAEC, NAPTEB, UIDLC, TCRN, schools, universities, and some other bodies, including UBEC. He taught in 3 universities, 2 of which it was a visiting capacity on sabbatical leave. He was head of various units in the Institute of Education, University of Ibadan. He was a member of Senate of University of Ibadan, both as a representative of the congregation and as a statutory member. He served on several important university committees. He is also a certified teacher and a doubly certified mediator, both in Uganda and Nigeria. He is currently an adjunct staff of the Department of Peace, Security, and Humanitarian Studies, University of Ibadan. He was neared several awards on the basis of scholarship and community service. He is a family man, husband, father, and grandfather to the glory of God. I present to you the Reverend Professor Adams Otuoeze Umoru Onuka. And I will let you know he was also my lecturer in educational measurements and evaluation. So please clap again for my lecturer. He's a peacemaker. Clap now.
Thank you so much. Please continue to clap. Continue to clap for this man of peace. He's a man of peace. In actual fact, if you see the cement that ties 2 blocks, 3 blocks together, please go and look for Professor Onuka. That is one of the cementing factor. Apart from God's factor, this man is cementing factor in HERPNET. And in fact, there is something, maybe I don't know whether my president knows about this. There is something, a small consortium of people called HERPNET must leave. This man is behind HERPNET must leave. Clap for him. When elephants are tired, when they are tired, there is Onuka to wake them up. Thank you so much. And if you look at age, forget about age. This man has the vitality to make the younger people to run after him. Please clap for him. We look at him, we say, if Onuka could do this, we can do it also. Clap for him. Thank you, Professor Onuka, for being in front, and we are looking at you. You will not be tired. Take your, is for honor, is for prestige. It's for what you have done, and God will continue to keep you for us. The Higher Education Research and Policy Network, conferment of fellows of HERPNET, Professor Adam Ose, you, Onuka, in recognition of your outstanding contributions, dedication to the advancement of HERPNET, you are hereby conferred with the Fellow of Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, this day, 28th October, 2025. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, sir. We are moving towards the end of this session. I want to also invite to this podium the next awardee. Also
was born on the 29th of March, 1960 in Elisha, Nigeria. He is a distinguished scholar in the field of educational management with a focus on economics of education. He earned his bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees from the University of Ibadan, where he began his academic career in the year 1994 as a teaching assistant, and he rose to the rank of professor in the year 2011. A recipient of several international awards and fellowships, including but not limited to the MacArthur Grant in the year 2003, which he utilized at the UNESCO Center for Comparative Education Research, University of Nottingham, United Kingdom. Professor Adedeji has collaborated with global institutions such as the E.G. West Center, University of Newcastle upon Tyne, UK, UNESCO, PHEA, Institute of International Education, Washington, D.C., and the British Council, inter alia. His research focuses on higher education financing, governance reforms, and graduate employability in Nigeria. Professor Adedeji's global perspective has been shaped by his extensive travels and consultant to national and international bodies, including the McDonald Group, University of Cambridge, and Lagos State Government. Thank you for that. He has participated in panels like the UK's ESRC/DFID initiatives and TEDFund's Technical Advisory Group. Professor Adedeji is a prolific scholar with over 80 publications. Professor Adedeji has held leadership positions such as the head, Department of Educational Management, between the years 2009 and 2011. And he was also the head, Department of Business, Entrepreneurship and Executive Education, University of Ibadan School of Business, in the year 2020 to year 2024. He delivered the university's 533rd inaugural lecture in the year 2023 with the title, Addressing Challenges in Funding and Graduate Employability. His work continues to influence the discourse on education, economics, and management in Nigeria and beyond. Professor Adedeji is married to Dr. Aderunke Adedeji, and they are blessed with lovely children. Welcome with me, my teacher, Professor Segun Olugbenga Adedeji, to this fellowship award.
Now it comes to, what do I say? What do I say? Eh? That is the one that our president used to call him Oremi. And he will also say Oremi. And I used to call Professor Emulemu Mavo. And he will answer Aaron. So we are different slangs. But now what do I say? When it comes to your own child, you don't talk too much. You don't talk too much because the enemy may not like it. So to make sure that the enemy is kept quiet, I'll just say only few things about your contribution. Few. The first thing is himself and Professor Emulemu, they risked their lives. They risked their life for HERPNET. Those who are joining HERPNET know this. There are some who risked their lives just to ensure that HERPNET survived at the initial stage. Himself, the president, God has used them. We had to travel to Abuja to look for money for our first HERPNET meeting involving 12 AAU scholars, so that they will be well accommodated, they will be sponsored, trips from South Africa will be sponsored. We had to go to Abuja and think about the hotel where we slept. We didn't sleep in hotel. We slept in a corner. We slept in a corner just to look for money for you, so that HERPNET will be what it is today. We thank God. They didn't say, where are you taking me? They slept where I told them, this is where we can sleep. This is where our money can afford us to make us to sleep. We slept there. Is it not for a night? We went to advisor on education for Nigeria at that time. They took us, they entertained us, except if we have any cover from them tomorrow. But we thank God, we prayed. And then UC was also able to come to our aid. It was NUC who actually gave us 200,000. And that 200,000 is what we used to run the first conference. And this 28th day of October 2025. Take your handshake. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
So I go to the last in that order for this session, while I invite the representative of this awardee, who is unavoidably absent, as the immediate past secretary of this network. It's no other person than Professor Adesoji Oni. I invite Professor Onuka to stand in while he receives this on his behalf. Dr. Oluwafunmilayo Matthew will read the citation.
Thank you, sir. I want to read the profile of Professor Adesoji Oni. Distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, it is my honor to present the award of fellowship to an exceptional scholar and educator, Professor Adesoji Oni. We gather to celebrate a career that has profoundly advanced the field of education in Nigeria, across Africa, and globally. For over 3 decades, Professor Oni has been a distinguished figure in education. He currently serves as professor and head Department of Educational Foundations, University of Lagos, where he specializes in sociology of education and also teaches philosophy and comparative education. His passion for teaching and leadership has shaped generations of educators. A recipient of numerous awards. His distinctions include the Fafunwa Educational Foundation Award 2006 for the best PhD thesis in education, Codesra Textbook Grant 2008, Most Principled Lecturer 2011, Outstanding Educator in Nigeria 2013, ADEA's Most Accomplished African Educational Researcher 2014, Induction into the International Educators Hall of Fame USA 2020, and the Noam Chomsky Global Connections Shining Star Achievement in Research Award 2022. His scholarship spans continents, having served as Fulbright Scholar in USA between 2003 and 2004, Rooney International Visiting Scholar in USA 2018 to 2019, and Visiting Scholar at Busan National University, South Korea in 2015. With over 180 publications, his works address teacher development, social problems, and educational change, and appear in journals across Africa, Europe, Asia, and North America. He sits on 11 editorial boards and actively promotes cross-cultural collaboration through international academic networks. As a consultant to UNESCO, UNICEF, UBEC, Nigerian Port Authority, and the Nigerian Government Forum, Professor Oni has influenced education policies and reform, championing inclusive, equitable, and quality education. Currently, he serves as education lead expert to the National Commission for UNESCO, Nigeria. Beyond his achievements, Professor Oni is celebrated for his integrity, humility, mentorship, and family values. He embodies the ideal of excellence, service, and ethical leadership. Today, HERPNET proudly honors Professor Adesoji Oni with the Fellowship Award in recognition of his exceptional scholarship, global impact, and unwavering commitment to educational development. Please join me in applauding this remarkable academic and true inspiration, Professor Adesoji Oni.
Help me continue to clap, Joe. Continue to clap for this young professor. Clap for this young professor. Professor Adesoji Oni, briefly, you may be saying what contributions, what this and that. I want to tell you one thing that not many knows, or maybe nobody knows, and that is himself and Dr. Adewale. We used to move together between Ibadan and Tai Solarin University of Education. At that time, he had just graduated PhD, and he was not working. So anytime, wherever I was going, we would go together. And it was in one of these journeys that Soji told me that, look, we have to do something about this HERPNET, that we need to bring it to limelight. I was already tired. Then he promised, he said, look, I don't want you to exercise any fear. I will do all to make sure that HERPNET survives. I said, will you do what you are saying? Because I wanted to actually hear him saying it again, and he promised again. So this day, it's very easy for me. If he wanted to do something, I would say, remember your promise. Remember your promise, and he will change his mind, and he will come to the side of his Baba. So I want to appreciate God for his life. That young man is a pride of this network. Right now, he's a pride of this network. He has served this network various areas. Right now, he's serving Nigeria. He's one of those people who follow the ministers to wherever they are now abroad. Can you give him a clap for that? It is research that has taken him to that height. I believe all of you too, you will learn from this. Your own is coming. Amen. Your own day is coming. It's like you don't like it. I said your own honoring day is coming. Amen. You ask, because this is the last one now, before you go out and be doing whatever, get ready for it. Your own is coming. Amen. Why didn't you ask, where are the ladies? Please, where are the president? Where are the girls? Please, sir. Thank you so much. President, you have done well. At least you put all the men in front so that ladies could be protected. Now, Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET, conferment of fellows of HERPNET on Professor Adesojuni. In recognition of your outstanding contributions and dedication to the advancement of HERPNET, you are hereby conferred with the fellows of Higher Education Research and Policy Network, HERPNET. This day, 28 October 2025. Let's clap for him. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together for the BOT chairperson, who now has a number of people that will be flanking around him. So he's no more the lonely fellow of HERPNET. Thank you very much, sir. So we want to go to the next session before we have response from the honoree. I said, this is the first time we are opening up HERPNET for members. We used to have steering committee, and we also have conference planning committee. So aside that, we hold conference. We don't normally have AGM because we don't have extended membership. But today, it's a unique day that we are admitting additional members from whom we are going to draw to become steering committee in the nearest future. And the induction, a big conferment of this nature will also take place. I will invite Mr. President to come and administer the oath of membership to those who have registered to become a member of this network. Let's put our hands together for the Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Conference Organizing Committee, Dr. Demola Atonda. Please let's put our hands together for him for the good job he has been doing with members of his committee. Now, please, if you are here, attending this conference for the first time, or you have paid for the membership of this great network, please stand up for recognition. Please move forward, step forward. Please step forward, come forward, please. Let's clap for them as they step forward. If you have paid to be a member of this great network and you are here physically, please step forward. If you can hear me virtually, stand wherever you are because you are going to take an oath. We're going to induct our new members today. Please, let's keep clapping for them. Let's keep clapping for them as they step forward. Please spread out, spread out, spread out. Don't cluster in one place. Please spread out, spread out. Yes, the place is big enough to take every one of us. Are you still hesitating? If you are supposed to be here, please come forward now. It's not an altar call, but just come forward now before the spirit will leave. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? Please take a look at what you have before you there. You are going to say after me, I, please mention your name, do solemnly affirm that I will uphold the principles, values, and objectives of HERPNET. I will conduct myself with integrity, respect, and professionalism, and contribute to the advancement of our shared goals. I will maintain confidentiality, respect, diversity, and promote collaboration among members. I pledge to adhere to the Constitution and guidelines of HERPNET and to use my skills and knowledge for the betterment of our network. I take this oath freely and I'm committed to upholding the highest standards of our organization. So help me God. Please, let's appreciate them. Congratulations to all of you. You are now bona fide members of Higher Education Research and Policy Network. Thank you. Please write your name, sign the slip, and then return it back to us. God bless you. Thank you.
So thank you very much. We are coming towards the end of the first session of this program. While I invite the representative of honorees to give their response. And we have 3 people that will give response. I start with our D from Professor Dekunle, then our own Vice Chancellor of Emmanuel Layonde, ably represented by Professor Salau. Then the last that will crown that is the Vice Chancellor of Ekiti State University. I invite Dr. Dekunle in that order.
On behalf of those people that have been awarded, this is a new development. There is what we call growth and development. HERPNET is growing and is developing. So this award is bestowed on us for the work that we have done in recognition of the work that many of us have done. And you can see what the founders were saying, speaking about every one of us. The foundation is solid. and that foundation is on Christ, and is building HERPNET. So on behalf of those of us that have been awarded HERPNET Fellows, I appreciate the HERPNET for that, and we pledge that this HERPNET will continue to grow and will continue to develop to the glory of his name. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I call on Professor Salau Ibrahim, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Emmanuel Alliance University of Education, to give his own response on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of Emmanuel Alliance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. On behalf of my Vice Chancellor, Professor Ademola Olanrewaju Olaniyan, I want to promise this association 4 things that I think the president of this association has requested of us in his address. What are these 4 things? On page 4 of his address, he requested that as honorary fellows of HERPNET, we shall appreciate it if you could provide strategic guidance for the network, promote the network, support special initiatives of the network, provide mentorship and inspiration to early career researchers, among other roles. These roles and many more that the association may think of from time to time. I'm assuring you that my VC is willing at all time to live above board and to promote what this association stands for all the time. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, sir. So I call on the Vice Chancellor of Ekiti State University, Professor Babatola Ayodele, for his own response. We can do better. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Sincerely grateful to the Almighty God who has allowed this honor to be bestowed on us. I'm particularly happy that I am part of this movement, HERPNET movement, where I attended the second conference at IIT in 2007, and I'm glad that the seed that has been planted by my academic father, Professor J.B. Babalola, and others, and one of my mentors here, and 2 of them at my postgraduate programs at UI, Professor Eso Adedeji and Professor Eminemo, that seed has germinated, it has grown, as bearing fruits. I'm not taking this honor for granted, and it's a manifestation of the fact that HERPNET has been built on a very solid foundation. And I equally want to say this, that what I am today, the story of my life cannot be completed without mentioning the Department of Education Management, University of Ibadan. And I've learned a lot of practical management during my postgraduate period, and all those things that I've learned have actually been assisting me in managing our university. And I'm glad that Ekiti State University is making waves, and I'm proud to be an alumnus of the University of Ibadan. And I'm using this opportunity to reaffirm my commitment and dedication to the goals, the visions of HERPNET, that I am going to be more dedicated to ensure that HERPNET stands and making a solid commitment to ensure that this organization and this initiative continue to bear fruits. Once again, I want to appreciate the LOC, the steering committee, the president, and all members that have counted us worthy to be honored with this prestigious award. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. On this note, we want to go out for group photograph. We have the honoree, we have the awardee, then we have all participants together with the awardee and honoree. Thereafter, we come back for our lead paper presentation before we go to the syndicate session. On this note, let me invite President. Do you have any one or two things to say before we go for photograph? Then we converge for photograph. Our photographer, you are set.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I really want to appreciate every one of you. It is not over yet. We are just ending the first phase of today's opening ceremony. We're going to take a break now, and when we come back from that break, our lead paper presenter, Professor Sheyi Oshwande, who has been here since morning, is the one sitting at the extra. Please, let's appreciate him. He's going to speak to us after our break, so please don't go away.